Are we as fans sleeping on the Invitationals? Are we as fans sleeping on the Major League Fishing Invitationals as a tournament series? This weekend they had stop 2 of the Tackle Warehouse Invitationals on Lake Hartwell, and it was as good as any tournament there is. And you'll find, or you'll see, that there are a lot of Bass Pro Tour anglers competing in the Invitationals, not only for the extra money, but to, if they're maybe on the verge of getting cut, this is an opportunity for them to gain a status of one of those 5 anglers that will requalify or qualify for the BPT for 2026. Now, it's a little different than the BPT. They have one day. Day 1 is forward-facing sonar. Day 2 is non-forward-facing sonar. And then on the 3rd day, the championship day, where they have 30 anglers, they're allowed to use their technology or forward-facing sonar. And the angler who has the most cumulative weight after the 3 days is the winner. And there were about 116 anglers in the Invitational on stage 2. And in this one, they have Rob and Chad announcing and telling about what's going on. They still have the great Major League format video and audio that happens. They have several cameramen that go from boat to boat and switch. And the overall production is amazing. If I have one negative about the production that they have, because some of these anglers aren't really well known, it's hard to go watch someone and not know who it is. So I would think that if they put a logo on the bottom of the bottom third of who the angler is, that would help us learn more about those anglers. Now, day 1 was awesome. Day 2 was pretty amazing. After day 2, you had Dustin Smith, you had Mitchell Robinson, you had Marshall Robinson, the 2 brothers competing against each other, including their dad, who came in, I think, like 31st. He still got a check, but didn't make the final day. You had Jamie Rampley, Jack Daniel Williams, Flint Davis, Brian Latimer, Chad Merzak, I apologize if I butchered that, Drew Gill, and Gary Atkins. It was a really good day 2. There was a lot of people that caught fish. I think in this instance, the person that we need to start focusing more on is Drew Gill. Drew Gill just won the BPT. He has been in the top 10 or 11 in the first 3 tournaments on the BPT. He's up there for Angler of the Year points, and he just is crushing 2025. And overall, it was a fantastic tournament. The biggest storyline was the Robinsons. Was Mitchell or Marshall going to win it? Did they have a chance to win it? And Mitchell did. Mitchell is 19 years old and is a fishing phenom. I know years ago meeting Marty and talking to Marty over the years and how proud he is of his kids. And I think seeing Marshall on the stage of the Classic years ago for one of the high school tournaments, these young men flat out can fish. And that camaraderie and that willing to try to beat your brother really led into a great story that we all wanted to know. Not to mention, he had to go back to work on Monday, which is crazy because Mitchell won $115,000. That is sickening. And Mitchell did well scoping, and that's his home lake. But those boys can catch fish. And Mitchell won by 2 ounces. Coming up to the very last angler, Dustin Smith. Dustin, I thought, was going to win. I really did. He needed 13 pounds, 2 ounces to win, and he brought in 13 pounds. And it was unbelievable. It was sad for Dustin, but at the same time, we can see this new wave of anglers. These new anglers that are not only good at fishing with the technology, but also can fish without it. It's enjoyable to see this new wave of youth anglers. And these 2 young anglers, Marshall is a fantastic angler, to be honest. Mitchell's winning the tournament was really amazing. Marshall has won, I think, the team series, has done very well on the BPT this year. Marshall is one of the anglers we all should be watching for. And it was nice to also see Brian Latimer did really well, because I think Brian should be in the BPT. I think he's a good enough angler to be there. I think he has the social media and the presence, and he is a great angler. And there was one person that people aren't going to be talking much about, probably no one, but Boyd Duckett had another cash in the Invitationals. Boyd is going to have some points. Boyd is pushing himself up there in Angler of the Year points. And with 5 anglers from the Invitationals getting to qualify for the BPT, it's a storyline we're going to watch. But are we sleeping on the Invitationals as fans? Comment below and tell me what you think. Tell me what you thought of Mitchell winning this one and Marshall. Tell me what you thought of that. I'd love to know your insights. So comment below and tell me what you think. Remember, Friday nights we go live, 8 p.m. We talk about fishing. We have fun. So if you're free and you want to meet some new people and talk fishing, come on over to the channel and check it out. Thanks to all the new members and subscribers and all the people who comment on the channel. I love all the interaction we have. Good, bad, indifferent, doesn't matter. We keep it civil. We can talk to each other civilly and have a conversation amongst ourselves. So if you want to comment below, I'm not going to take it personal. You can tell me whatever you want. But it's always fun to have all the interaction with y'all, so thank you. Remember, take a kid fishing, tight lines, cheers, and get your fish on.